Hello, welcome to My Studio with a View. Today I just wanted to quickly show you how you can put your Cricut Cartridge Handbooks onto your iPad. If you're an iPad user and a Cricut user, this I found is going to be a godsend. It's just a nice way to keep all of your Cricut handbooks in one place and be able to take them with you and not have to fumble through the pages of the book. It's also a nice way to shop for new Cricut cartridges because it gives you a chance to look through the handbook before you've actually purchased the cartridge, which I think is kind of cool. So the first thing that you're going to do is go into your browser on your iPad, and I am just going to go to the Cricut.com website. And I'm going to try to do this slowly so I don't lose anybody. So you go to the Information tab, which is up near the top. So Cricut.com, then Information. And this is where you will find the cartridge library, which has PDF versions of all the Cricut handbooks. So if I clicked on Cartridge Library, here is a list of all the handbooks, and it also gives you a sample sheet. A sample sheet is basically the images like you would see on the back of the box, so not quite all-inclusive. The handbook is going to be the whole handbook that you would find inside the cartridge box. So I always use the handbooks because that's what I want to look at when I'm thinking about purchasing a cartridge, and it's also what I want to look at if I own the cartridge. So all you're going to want to do is the first column is for the sample sheet. The second column here is for the PDF of the handbook. So you just go down the list, and it's somewhat alphabetical. And I was considering looking at the Camping Critters cartridge. So I clicked on that one. And what happens is a window pops up that's going to download the PDF version of that file. But instead of waiting, I've already done that ahead of time on another tab here. So there is the downloaded handbook manual. It comes up in the window, and it's completely the whole version or the whole file of the handbook. Now, in order to get that onto my iPad and saved on my iPad, this is what you'll see at first. If you just tap on it one time, up at the top, you'll see this appears. It gives you the option to open an iBook. It only stays there for a very short time, so if you want it to come back again, you need to click it. So if I click on it, at the top it'll say open an iBook, iBooks, or open in, and that could be another PDF viewer that you have on your iPad. But for today, I'm going to show you how you open up an iBooks. So I clicked it, and iBooks is going to come open, and it's going to pop it onto my PDFs in iBooks. So there it is. It's now in iBooks for me as a PDF. And I can go through and scroll through this entire book and have a look at every page. Now, I don't own this cartridge, so I kind of wanted to see what was on it to see if I wanted to purchase it. So that's just an example here. But I want to show you at the top of your screen some other things that you can do. So if I want to go back to a list of all of the cartridges that I have, I'm going to go back to my library. Now in this case, this is all of PDFs I have on my iPad. This is not just my cartridges. As a matter of fact, I've sorted my cartridges and I've put them into their own category. So I have put a cartridge folder for PDFs that are on my iPad. So there are my cartridges. These are all the cartridges handbooks that I have downloaded and have on my iPad. Now you can view them a couple of different ways. In the top right hand corner of your iPad, there are these different viewing modes, I guess you would say. So you can view it as a list or view it as a list of icons. What I don't like is that when you download some of the PDFs of the handbooks, they don't have a name that tells you the name of the cartridge. Some of them do. Most of them now do, but these ones I got a while back and they don't have the name of the cartridge, so you actually have to open it to see. Well, this one in this case is Doodle Charms, one of my all-time favorites, by the way. But that one is Doodle Charms, and up to this point you don't have an option to rename it in iBooks. Some other PDF viewers you can, but there is no option to do so in iBooks right now. So you'll just have to get familiar with the list of your cartridges, and sometimes you can tell by the look of the cover. For example, this one I can see is my Pooh cartridge. So if we go down if we just want to have a little look here at some of the things that you can do, some I have been asked how you sort them. So over here we have a PDF. Here's the one that I downloaded today, is Camping Critters. So if I click on it, actually, if I click on Edit, and then I click on the little dot here, there's the option that comes up on the top of my screen to move it. So once I have it selected, I'm going to click on Move up in the top left corner, and I can choose a folder to put it in. They by default give you one for books and PDFs, and I have clicked New, and then I created one for cartridges. So if I want to move that PDF to cartridges, I'm going to click on cartridges, and it's automatically moved it into cartridges for me. And there it is there. You'll see Camping Critters. So it involves a little bit of playing around to see what you prefer and how you like to go through your PDFs once you have them on here. Just two quick notes. One of the things I really like about putting them on your iPad is that if I wanted to take my iPad with me on a trip, say in the vehicle or camping or a weekend away, and I want to just kind of look through my cartridges and plan some scrapbook pages, what I really like is you can go through your handbook and find some pages that you like of images that you want to use on your scrapbook pages. For example, here is a page that I might want to use for doing a day at the beach scrapbooking page. So if I go to this page and I use in the top right hand corner my flag page icon, if I click it, it puts a flag on that page. So when I go back here and I view it a different way, I view it as my booklet, you'll see in the top of this page in particular, I have a little flag, and that just draws my attention to the fact that I might want to use that image on one of my upcoming scrapbook pages. So I like the flagging feature. However, you do have to remember that you want to look through that cartridge handbook. And another thing I wanted to mention is back on the Cricut website, if you'll notice, I get a lot of questions about the art philosophy cartridge from Close to My Heart. So if I find it on my page here, there it is, the Cricut CTMH Art Philosophy Cartridge. If you notice, there is no PDF for you to view. However, don't despair. If you just click on the title of that cartridge and you open it up, it brings you to a page where you can see some specific information about that cartridge. On the bottom of the description, when it opens up here, you will see it says, do you want to see the lookbook? And that's exactly what you want to see. Up at the top here is some images of the cartridge overlay, and an image of the book. That's not really helpful as far as I'm concerned. This cartridge in specific has close to 700 images on it. So if I want to consider whether I want to buy this, I actually want to see the handbook. So click the digital handbook. Click on the digital handbook, it'll open it up as a PDF. You're going to do the exact same thing as we did with the previous one. You're going to tap on your screen and it's going to open up that feature to open in iBooks. So the art philosophy one in particular, it's very difficult to find this handbook to look at online. Some people have done videos of it, but I actually wanted the handbook on my iPad so I can look through it. So that is the best way to get it, is to go on the Cricut cartridge list and click on the name of the cartridge as opposed to the PDF, because there is no PDF there. So we click on the name of the cartridge, it'll come to this screen, and you want to open the digital handbook, and then you will have it on your iPad. So I hope this helps you. iBooks, the best way to get to know it and use your cartridges on it is just by trial and error. It's kind of neat to have a look and see all the cartridges you have and pick out some images for scrapbook pages you can work on. So I hope this helps. Take care.